All right. Moving on. So this is a category that actually kind of morphed. I need to explain this because when we sent it out to the writers, we asked for best promo, specifically promo of the year, and we just got too many different ones. But the thing was, we got so many different ones from the same people. So this award actually morphed into best overall promo work for 2020, and the nominees are Roman Reigns, Edge, Sonya Deville, and one AEW representative here in Eddie Kingston. So, Jeremy, I will start with here. Doesn't necessarily have to be a nominee, but who would you give this award to?
Man, all of these are worthy, and we mentioned this before we got on the air. Cody Rhodes should get a nod as well.
He really should.
Yeah. Sonya Deville was my vote because I truly felt her promo this year with her feud with Mandy Rose. I just it struck a chord, and you felt like, okay, this is some breakthrough stuff right here. This is a star in the making. Unfortunately, things happened in her personal life that kind of derailed things, but that promo, you just felt the emotion, and you saw Twitter blow up on it too, and that's why it got my vote. Yeah, and I literally interviewed Sonya Deville like 2 days before all of that stuff went down, and we talked about her promo stuff and how she had really earned the trust of WWE Creative to go out there and cut those promos and have a lot of say in her promo ability, and that showed you the rise that she really was on in the company. And it came down to a tie-breaking scenario of which person was going to make the final nominee, and I did vote for Sonya Deville to put her in because I believe that her work this year, I mean, that was a feud with Mandy Rose that lasted from I feel like February all the way through until the hair versus hair, or the loser leaves WWE match, and it was good all the way through the year. It was good, and a lot of that had to do with Sonya Deville's delivery and just the realism that she expressed on the microphone, and that's why she got my vote as well. Denise, your who would get your nod?
So I agree with you on Sonya Deville. However, my vote was actually Randy Orton, and I feel that the Randy Orton Edge situation, it's kind of like you can go for either or, but I went with Randy Orton just because I felt that he really, this was the year for me that he stood out differently than he had in previous years. So I had to give it to Randy Orton. However, my runner-up afterwards was definitely Cody Rhodes and Eddie Kingston. I definitely think that those are also guys that very much deserve this award. And while I'm at it here, maybe also MJF too. I think he should have also been included as well. So I'm very happy that there were a lot of options for this one.
Yeah. The tiebreaker for the nominee came down to Randy Orton and Sonya Deville, and I put Sonya Deville in. So that was my vote. So Randy was right there with the writers. But yeah, Cody Rhodes did not get a single vote from anybody on the SK staff, which is mind-boggling to me, and definitely deserves an honorable mention. I'm sitting here tabulating the votes, and I'm like, had I known this, I would have voted for Cody. But I wanted Sonya.
Right, you could have told us. We would have put in some fake votes in there.
I think maybe with thinking of a singular promo is what made it harder. If you thought of whoever delivered the best promos of the year, maybe that's where thinking of Cody might have been a little more in there. But when you're thinking of singular promos, that's where Sonya kind of stood out a little more.
Right, and I would agree with that. So when for 2021, the 2021 Scammies, we'll make sure to preface this one a little bit better. Jose, who would be your pick for this one?
So I feel like for 2020, it's definitely been the year of all these guys in the industry honing on their promo craft. You see it on both sides. You see it on AEW. You see it on WWE. One great example on someone who has definitely gotten better on their promos is Roman Reigns. Yeah. If you guys remember when he was a babyface, how he just got shat on left and right by the fans, by the critics, and even he was trying to do his best. He was just not getting over. And now that he's doing what he wants to do the way he's doing it, I think he's just really delivered ever since he's been back from SummerSlam. So, Roman Reigns is right up there in my vote, and that's who I picked. Randy Orton, definitely a close second. Randy Orton definitely has one of the best years he's had in his career over the last 10 to 15 years he's been with the company, or more than that. So yeah, Roman Reigns definitely most improved promo for 2020.
It's hard to go anywhere but up when you're getting lines like "suffering succotash" on television to try and get that over. But yeah, them actually just letting Roman Reigns be this badass that we've all known he has the potential to be, and just be like this mob boss. And we'll talk about his rivalry with Jey Uso, because that's coming up in another category. But yeah, it's been some of the best stuff I've seen in wrestling, not just in 2020, but this stuff between him and his cousin has been fantastic. And I would not be upset if he was the winner at all. Just a real quick mention, one person we haven't brought up, Edge, before he went down with his injury. My Lord, the dude, there was like a battle there for a while where like it was every Monday and Wednesday, Edge would deliver a great promo, and then Cody would follow up, and then it would be Edge the next Monday, and then it would be Cody again. And those two they had a battle early on in the year. I think I think that got lost in the fact that 2020 felt like 10 years, and everybody just kind of forgot about, Edge, because he's been off of television for a while. But again, our nominees for this award were Roman Reigns, Edge was a nominee, Eddie Kingston, and Sonya Deville. And the SKammy Award goes to the big dog. Roman Reigns wins the award with 59.7% of the vote. Does that surprise anybody out there that he got that much of the vote?
No, because I think he's been doing his best promo work more at the end of the year, the latter end of the year. So I think it's more in people's minds than maybe some of the other guys.
All right.
It's every week too. So
yeah, and it is. And it's been good. It's different, and it's just new, and just the way that he delivers it too. And I think having no audience this year has really kind of helped hone down or really help elevate the promos, because they can get more quiet, and they can get more, for lack of a better word, intimate with the camera and talk, and they don't have to shout over a crowd all the time. It creates a lot of peaks and valleys and highs and lows, and I think it's really helped a lot of people.